Good morning, Facebook Live and recorded audience. This is Billy Rowe. Today is Wednesday, which you know what that means. It's time for the Wednesday word. So today's video actually, I was going to entitle Depression because I kind of wanted to talk about that subject a little bit. But I changed it to Finding the Root because there's some other things that I want to encompass in the topic itself. So the title, Finding the Root, what exactly am I referencing in that title? Finding the Root. What I mean by that is basically, I feel like in life many times we address symptoms of deeper issues. And because we are addressing symptoms, we never really resolve what the true issue is. And so finding the root, what that is it's basically looking for the root of the issue so that you're actually addressing what is causing the symptoms instead of just simply medicating or covering symptoms up. What kind of led me to this? Like I said, I was initially thinking about depression. And where that originates from and how to address it and how to move past it and how to function with it. Kind of sometimes it flows in and out of life. When I was younger as a child, I used to deal with depression a lot, and I never really understood what it was that was presenting or creating the depression. I didn't know enough about like brain chemistry and biology and all that stuff to know that some of this was chemical that was taking place and other parts of it was just deeper issues, whether it was family issues, stresses and pressures of school as a child. I mean, you think that's the world when you're a kid, but the reality is you find out that there's other stressors out there when you become an adult. So the best way, good morning, Tabitha. The best way to kind of encompass this topic when it comes to depression, I was asked actually to write a video or make a video about prescription drug use. And it was kind of hard for me to think about that, but really what it came down to is I actually liken prescription drug use as one of the symptoms of depression or deficiency. It is one of the signs that there's something at the root that's not correct. So I actually have over here, I'm going to walk over here, I actually have over here in my backyard a peach tree. Here's the peach tree. And if you look right there, you'll see there's actual little peaches that are growing that I have to cut off. And these peaches I have to cut off because it's the first year of the peach tree actually producing fruit, and I need the nutrients to go to the tree and not to the fruit, because the fruit actually wouldn't be very tasty if I let it grow this year and try to eat it. And it's because the tree itself is immature. It's able to produce fruit, but it doesn't mean it's ready to produce fruit. So what I'll be doing is I'll be cutting off some of the peaches. Well, not some, actually all of the peaches, so that there's no peaches on the tree this year. The problem with that is that doesn't stop peaches from growing next year. And a lot of times that's how we approach our depression. We say, okay, well, what can I cut off? What can I trim to make myself feel better? What can I do today that's going to help me out of this depression? But we don't think in the terms of, well, next season depression may come around again. And why that happens is because we're not dealing with the roots. Whether that's a brain situation where there's something off in the brain and that's causing depression, or if it's something that's just a situational thing. We don't realize that sometimes life is very seasonal, and it runs in cycles. So because it's seasonal and it runs in cycles, sometimes the things that come up will come up again at the same time. Example I have of that is when I was younger, when I turned 13 on my 13th birthday, my grandfather on my father's side died on my birthday. And it was the first time in life that I ever seen my father cry, like as a grown man crying because he lost his father. I had never seen that before. And so for a very long time, it was hard for me to want to celebrate my birthday, and I would get grumpy and cranky around my birthday, and I didn't really understand why. And when I finally, I would go out and I'd do things that tried to make me really, really happy, but not, without fail, every year when my birthday came around, I'd be depressed. So it wasn't until I identified what the root of the problem was, what the actual nugget at the bottom that was feeding the plant this depression and this weakness. It wasn't until I found those things, or that thing, that it was that I seen my father cry on my birthday, and it changed my perception of my birthday. I seen my father lose somebody, because I wasn't very close with my father's father, but I seen somebody that was supposed to be important to me and was absolutely important to my father leave this planet, or not leave. I didn't see him physically, but I seen that he was no longer available to my father, and the impact that had. And I carried that with me years and years and years and years and years. But once I was able to identify the root and begin to actually work on removing the root, now actually I don't get as grumpy when my birthday comes around. And that was roughly, I'm 36 now, so 13 to 36, that just changed for me like 2 years ago. So I carried that root for a long time, and it operated in seasons. So it just kind of signifies how important it is when you're dealing with issues, whether it is depression, whether it is anxiety, whether it's, unhappiness, whatever it may be. It's important to find the root of the issue. Because if you run around putting out fires, for lack of a better term, but you never address the core of where the fire is coming from, all you're going to do is have smoke for a little while, and then you're going to get fire again. So addressing the root, if that means that may mean you have to kill the root, and it may mean you actually have to nurture the root. It doesn't mean you have to destroy the root, but you may need to nurture the root. Now, if the root is yielding a weed in your life, then more than likely you're going to have to uproot that root to get rid of it. Weeds grow effortlessly. I'm actually in my backyard right now. I'm looking where we took out a lot of our backyard landscape. You see on the ground, we have rocks. But on the edges, the weeds still grow. The weeds, still grow. We're not back here watering for weeds. We're not back here planting seeds for weeds. They grow effortlessly. But if you want a peach tree, which is that right over there, if you want a peach tree, if you want fruit, then that's where the work comes in. I have to take care of the peach tree roots just like I have to take care of the roots in my life. If I want to have a bountiful harvest, if I want to have fruit that tastes good and fruit that I can share with my friends, then I have to do the work for that. The things in life that we want, we have to work for. So when I say find the root, whether it's something that you want to grow that's positive or something that you want that's negative to get rid of, find that root, deal with that root accordingly, and live a prosperous life from it. I thank you guys as always for tuning in. Tabitha, Brother Rowe, and everybody else who's watching. I can't see who their names are, but thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that today you guys attack the roots in your life that are both work to your advantage and work to your disadvantage, and attack them accordingly. I thank you for tuning in. As always, if you like it, share it, like it, and I will look forward to tuning in with you guys in the next 7 days. Thank you, and God bless.